Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at the Dream Giveaway Garage because guess what? It's time to get out the candles and the birthday hats to celebrate. What are we celebrating? This car right here. This is it. This is a 2023 C8 Corvette, but guess what? This is a special 70th anniversary edition. But before we get into 70 years of America's true sports car, let's talk about what's going on here. The Chevrolet Corvette. It has been in existence since 1953. The only time that they did not build a production year Corvette was 1983. Now they did sell a Corvette in 1983, but that was model year 1984. That was the first year of the C4. But with this C8, bringing a lot of special touches and really changing up the name of the game in 2020. Obviously, when we think of 2020, we think about COVID and the pandemic, but guess what? That was a huge year for Chevrolet, bringing the Stingray name, but also bringing mid-engine V8 performance. Now, a mid-engine was not new to the Corvette, not a new idea at least. It goes back to the late 1950s when Zora Duntov, who I consider to be the true father of the Corvette, was working and scheming on ways to develop some type of mid-engine platform. But what I want to find out is, if you're looking for a sports car, especially a Corvette, should you go all in and get this 70th anniversary edition, maybe over a standard Stingray or even possibly a Z06? Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, this is going to be a low production number run of 70th anniversary editions. And there's only two different colors you could get. This platinum white pearl metallic or carbon flash metallic. Only two colors. Now at the front of the business, you're going to see that great C8 shape design. And I absolutely love the front end of the business on the C8 Corvette. Full LED lighting, just like always. Very angular, very stealth fighter-esque. Working our way down, we have a little bit of carbon flash metallic. That is what the other full paint job is. And massive functional corner air intakes for the heat exchangers. Now, this car is a 3LT. Actually, every 70th anniversary is going to be a 3LT because that's how Chevrolet is going to sell them. You can't get a 1LT or 2LT 70th anniversary. So this is a top trim 3LT, plus it's got the Z51 Performance package. How do you know? Right away, you're going to see the addition of this front splitter. This is going to add extra downforce to the front end of the car. And as we come across the front, really, really classy how that white pearl shows the body lines. Now, what's interesting is that white is actually a very important exterior color to the Chevrolet Corvette because back in 1953, I hope you like white because that's the only color it came in. White with red interior. Now in 54, they added red and blue, and then by 55, they had other colors in the palette. But another thing to remember, C8 Corvette, very unique because it's got a mid-engine platform. The first 2 years of the C1 Corvette are very unique because guess what? The only engine available was a straight six called the Blue Flame, and that was a Blue Flame straight six engine, not really the power performer that many people were thinking that a sports car should be, especially back then. Now, you'll notice that great style with the carbon flash metallic. Like I said, it's going to channel all this air into those different air intakes for brake cooling, the heat exchangers, and airflow. Now, as we rise up onto the nose, of course, part of tradition is always to have the cross flags, and I love the way we got the 70th. Has the number 70 there for 70 years of the Chevrolet Corvette. Now, besides the two colors, you also get two color stripe options as well. We have the satin metallic, nice light silver stripes that go from the nose, across the hood, across the deck lid, and then out back. My one zonk is I wish they would have painted over them, like cleared over them, or actually did painted stripes. So these are just vinyl decals. Just something to point out. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, if I want to go with the 70th anniversary package, how much is that package? It's a $6,000 option. But like I said, limited numbers, and we're not done yet showing you what you get. Now, as we come around the bend, good news is you're getting not only a new wheel design, but special to the 70th anniversary. Love that satin steel finish Y-spoke design with the Corvette badge in there. And if you look, I'm gonna have Steven kind of zoom in, 1953 to 2023, do the math, that's 70 years. This is a forged aluminum wheel with the Z51 Performance package. You're getting extra cooling with heat exchangers, but you're also getting larger brakes and brake rotors. So we have a 13.8-inch rotor, and you're gonna have these 6-piston jumbo-sized Brembo calipers with the Z51 badge. This one on top of that has the optional magnetic ride that is fine-tuned for the Z51 Performance package. And remember, magnetic ride was first introduced by General Motors all the way back in 1990, if you could believe that. But definitely digging the look of the wheel color, especially with the red pinstripe. I feel like the red pinstripe just adds that little extra something that makes it pop. This is a 19-inch wheel up front, 245 on the width, 35 series sidewall, and this does, because it's a 3LT, has the front axle lift. So you push a button, it'll actually lift up the nose so you don't scrape it on any parking blocks or any kind of speed bumps. Now, as we come down the side, I'm not gonna go too high because look, we got the 70th anniversary badge. With the years, I actually like the placement. It looks fairly good. It doesn't stick out in a bad way. We have a convertible, so we have that folding hardtop, but I like having the top up because it just looks spectacular. And what's great is that C8 Corvette 2020, this was the first time that a Corvette ever had a folding hardtop, and it only weighs 70 pounds more than your standard Stingray Corvette. So that's a little bit of a mind blower. Love the massive air intakes that are gonna help feed air for that naturally aspirated V8. And if you notice, when you open up the doors, part of that actually goes with the door. Kind of cool how that works. And then as we come towards the rear, we actually have a different wheel and tire. You have a 20-inch wheel, so they're staggered. 20-inch wheel, 305 on the width, 30 series sidewall, large Brembo calipers, bright red with the Corvette script there. And we're gonna have an electronic limited slip diff. And then as we come around the back, you'll notice Z51 package. We have our painted raised spoiler. Looks great in that pearlescent white. We got our LED taillights, turn signals. You got your carbon flash metallic heat extractors on the back of the car. And then as we drop down, we have our quad tip exhaust. GM Performance exhaust. You can make it quiet or you can make that V8 rumble. It's got that squared off exit outlet, dual outlet on both sides, so quad tip. And then of course we have that rear diffuser that's gonna help bring that air underneath the vehicle and help suck it down, because not just about the downforce up top, but also how we work the air underneath the vehicle. But why don't we go ahead, let's get inside and talk performance of the C8 Corvette. All right, guys, we're jumping to the interior of this 70th anniversary. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I wanted to see the engine. Well, guess what? That is the zonk. I can't show you the engine because on a convertible, when you pop the rear hatch, you cannot see the engine like on a coupe, and that is the bummer in all this. Now, if you want to know, well, what engine is back there, just like other C8 Stingrays, what you're finding is going to be a 6.2 liter LT2. That's the name of the engine that they're giving it. And when you go Z51, you're getting that 495 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed DCT Tremec transmission. That is the only transmission available, 0 to 60 in about 2.9 seconds. And the top speed is a little over 180 miles an hour because of the extra aero that we have. Now, I know the next number you want to hear is what about the price? MSRP, like I said, 3LT, Z51 Performance package, magnetic ride suspension, MSRP right around $107,000. Let's see what you get for the 70th anniversary. To the door panels. I love the special colors. So this is unique to the 70th anniversary. You got the Alcantara, the red stitching to make it pop. No gloss black, which is a very nice, pleasant surprise. We got the Bose sound system with that aluminum speaker grill cover. Door pocket is a little tight, so maybe 4 Twinkies and that's it, that's gonna fit in the door pocket. Now going from the door panel to the dash, same thing. We got the Alcantara all over the dash, nice stitching, white finish to make that contrast pop, and they do a great job compared to any other generation of the Corvette. You do still have this massive splitter, but the great news is ventilated seats, heated seats, and dual climate control. And then speaking of seats, check them out. We got the competition level performance seats. So the white leather with the cross flags, the red stitching. It actually has cloth on the bolstering to hold you in place. Very aggressive bolstering, power assist for the passenger and the driver. And of course, we have these cherry red seat belts that are worth an extra 5 horsepower. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind this D-shaped steering wheel in the Stingray. Guys, here we are, business time behind the wheel. You do have a 70th anniversary Corvette sill plate to remind you that you went celebration style on your C8. In the pedal box, we have a nice large aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle. These seats are definitely competition spec because they have the highest level of bolstering of any of the seats, lateral and everything else, but they still feel good. I'm 6 feet tall, and with the top up, I'm not even close. I could get a helmet on because I could lower the seat a little bit just to get a little lower if I need to. Now, steering wheel, D-shaped. This was something all new, flat on the top, flat on the bottom, nice size on the rim of the wheel with the stitching, the red leather top dead center, stitching on the horn button, and then we have the Z button that's for Zora Duntov. Massive surfboard style, metal paddles, not plastic, electric tilting and telescoping wheel, and then look at our digital gauge cluster. Right when I go into Z mode, boom, now it changes up, and as Steven shows you on the infotainment side of things, we have our settings that you could adjust performance-wise all the way, easily done by the press of a button. So really nice to have that flexibility in performance, but you know what? I'm not showing you the trunk, I'm not showing you the frunk, I want to show you on throttle. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle in this Stingray. All right, guys, we are in this 2023 70th anniversary C8 Stingray Corvette. I don't know about you, but I want to smoke them because we got them, and it's like blowing out the candles, all 70 of those candles on the Corvette birthday cake. So much history, so much fun, and definitely with this C8, so much performance. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go. On throttle, yeah! Nice shift from that Tremec. Front end grip is spectacular. The sound is phenomenal. Really love how it has that low down grunt, pulls nicely through the gears, and yes, even though I'm still bummed as hell that there's no manual transmission, there's no getting around that this 8-speed dual clutch transmission from Tremec is spectacular. It really is. The interior, you feel like you're in a freaking fighter cockpit. Head-up display, the gauges, everything is spectacular. The one thing that's a little bit getting used to is that because this is the convertible, a little bit of your rearward vision is blocked from the top, but you do have the digital rearview mirror that will get rid of that in a heartbeat once you're used to having that digital rearview mirror there. The paddles are perfectly placed, perfect size, and the way you're wrapped in this like Alcantara race blanket, I feel snug as a bug in a race car rug in this thing. Launch control, I don't know if you noticed, it's real simple. You hold down the brake, you hold down the throttle, release off the brake, and it fires you off like a freaking cruise missile. But let's go ahead and see how she handles. Second gear. On throttle, here we go. On those brakes. Yeah! Golly! I tell you, the fact that you feel like you're sitting on the front axle really allows you to get the idea of how much grip that you have at any given moment. And the front of the car is very balanced with the rear of the car. It's almost like they're communicating all by themselves without you even being part of the equation. But then when they know what they're doing, it all comes nicely through the seat and through the steering wheel. But you really feel like you can't do any wrong in this car. I mean, it holds a line so well. Unbelievable. And if you want more performance, you got the E-Ray coming, you got the Z06 available. I don't know, we gotta do a launch control. On throttle, here we go. Fast shifts like a machine gun. The one thing that I've noticed is that the C7 is definitely louder, the C7 Stingray, which is kind of weird because the engine's right behind us, but still getting plenty of that symphony, that harmonious symphony right behind your freaking head. On throttle, here we go. On the brakes. Yeah! Guys, one more time for me. Definitely one more time for you. We gotta come to a dead stop. You guys deserve it. Are you ready? Throttle. On throttle, here we go. On the brakes. It's just unbelievable how it gets the power to the ground so effectively. And we're not talking about an all-wheel drive car here. 0 to 60 in about 2.9 seconds stock. I mean, just blows my frontal lobe totally apart in my freaking brain, because all judgment and logic of how a car should perform just gets thrown right out the freaking window. But I'm hoping that this has been a nice overall review showing you what are the ins and outs of not only the 70th anniversary edition package, but also just showing you that on-throttle performance of a C8 Corvette with the Z51 Performance package and the magnetic ride. We're gonna get back to Dream Giveaway Garage and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one heck of a day out here with this C8 Corvette 70th Anniversary Edition. Got to thank everybody at Dream Giveaway Garage for getting us access to this car. Let me know what you think. Is it worth the price, that additional money, going 3LT, smacking on the 70th Anniversary package? Is this the way that you would spec your C8 Stingray? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rides family. Of course, we got to thank Stephen Flood Photography, working that camera like a champ. Show him some love in the competition. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.